How's it going, everybody? Starwin here with another marathon submission. Today I'm going to be showing you Dino Crisis No Weapon. So Dino Crisis kind of came out around the time of Resident Evil 3, I do believe. Shinji Mikami was wanting to make a different game, or another survival horror-esque game, and he ended up doing Dino Crisis. It's basically Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs. The first game in the series is a traditional survival horror, while the rest of the games turn into like a action game to give it a more diversification. Kind of separate itself from it just being Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs. So I'll be doing no weapon. No weapon is exactly what it means. I'm not going to fire a bullet, and I'm not going to kill any enemies. It's pretty much a pacifist kind of route, but it's incredibly difficult in a lot of areas because you would have an easier time if you could kill enemies, but I'm not going to. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alrighty. A 3, a 2, a 1, and go. So, one of the downsides of this game is every cutscene you have to watch. It is a forced thing. So the good thing is you do get to see what happens in the story. You'll understand the story, but
this is the first checkpoint.
we can't skip the cutscenes. That's the negative aspect. So here's our protagonists for the next couple of hours. Got Gale, guy with the white hair, then we have Rick, and then we have Virginia. They're on this island trying to find this dude named Dr. Kirk. Dr. Kirk is a scientist and has figured out a way to bring things from other times, like in the past, to the present. So they're trying to capture this guy and bring him back to the government. So, one thing you're going to see a lot in this game is puzzles. You know, survival horror games in general are known for their puzzles. This game takes it to a new level. There are so many puzzles in this game. I'm talking like maybe every 5 to 10 minutes we're going to be doing a puzzle.
Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor.
Rick's kind of the technical guy, so he's going to be in the computer, trying to get to all the rooms with the computers and turning on electricity and stuff. Well, we're going to be turning on the electricity right now, but you get my point.
Let me guess. This is some of your handiwork, right?
She got jokes. Also, I've never liked that line that Rick just said. He's like, the brass is still warm, and he touches the ground and touches the blood.
I don't think these guards hit anything before getting sliced and diced. Whatever they were shooting at came in through there, ripped right through the steel fence.
Well, the hole is nice and clean. But I still say you could have done this.
Ah-ha. Ah-ha.
Continue to sweep the area.
Alright, we're going to continue to sweep the area while Gale just kind of looks at bullets and makes obvious observations. So we need this key so we can go up to the backyard. We need to turn on the elevators and stuff, like the electricity for the whole building. You gotta turn on elevators. You gotta turn on a bunch of stuff.
Rick here. I'm in.
Right in the beginning, we're gonna have a lot of jibber jabber with all the people.
Progress going with that security system.
But what are you gonna do?
I don't know what's been going on here, but it looks like all the power in the facility's been cut.
Same here.
As long as that's the situation, there's not a lot I can do. Why don't you see if you can gain access to backup generators on the ground level?
I'm on it.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
He is working.
Part of your conversation.
Dude, why are you questioning this man?
Hand it over. Let's head outside.
What are you doing here? It's like, what do you think? We're all trying to do the same thing here. So, this game does have tank controls, so it does feel a little clunky, but that's what makes survival horror so great. Old school survival horror with tank controls just makes the game, in my opinion. Just the feeling of not being able to move how you want makes it more, like, tense and scary. Also, best line in the game.
That's disgusting.
She is not phased by anything.
Something tore his intestines straight out.
Look at those tooth marks.
Tooth marks.
Could be some sort of animal.
Okay.
Do you say tooth marks or teeth marks? What is correct right there? I don't know. Alright, so this is going to be the first puzzle. You're going to see these puzzles a few times in the run. Just these battery puzzles. Essentially just matching the colors, how they're supposed to be, like they are on the wall to my right. That is good. And we're going to hit all these. And we now have power in the main facility. Huzzah. Now we're going to go back out to Gale. Apparently Gale got attacked, so we must go save him. One of the really neat things about Dino Crisis compared to like the other old school Resident Evils, you know, when they show the door transition in Resident Evil, they just show the door transition. In Dino Crisis, they actually tell you where you're going. It actually tells you what door this is leading to. It's kind of nice. Oh. Well, that body just walked away. And here's our first enemy, the good old Velociraptor. Again, this is pacifist, no weapon. We're not going to shoot the boy. He's not going to be quick enough to get to us anyway. Yeah. He misses every time. There's no way he can catch up to you. You'd really have to mess up your movement. This dude's like, I don't need doors. I'm going to jump over the fence. But not here, though. He won't jump over this fence. He's so mad. Dude just lost a set in Smash, and he's super salty.
Good news. I got the control system back online.
All right.
What's the situation over there?
Oh, you know, just big lizards.
I lost him.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guards?
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
Woohoo! Sorry.
That's a good one. So, who was it? Arnie?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
There you go.
For real? What?
For real. What? I just said it wasn't a joke.
Control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
He just doesn't believe us. Alright, so first part of this game is going to be in the upper part of the facility. There is a basement, which we'll be heading to later. But get used to these surroundings. There is a ventilation opening. I believe that I can reach it by climbing. Am human, not robot. Yes, I want to go up. Thank you. Casually goes up into the ceiling. Alright. Got another little cutscene with Rick, and then after that, we should be good for a little bit. We got to explain to him in person, I guess, that we were attacked by a dinosaur. The dude doesn't understand it. He can't grasp it.
What's our status?
This security system is a snap for me. Real amateur stuff.
See, he says it's easy, but the man's typing like he has boxing gloves on. He's...
Again. You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur? dinosaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, dinosaur.
Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
See, I agree with that.
That's a great idea. But Cooper has the radio, and he's missing.
So, Cooper has the radio. Nobody else has a radio?
This monitor.
That's the
You've got your little comm things that you talk to each other, but only one person has a legit radio.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly.
20/20 hindsight, I
Unless
swear.
there's an area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back here.
Alright, so now we're gonna go explore the ground level. Here we go.
Yeah. Now what I want to know is where those things are coming from.
Well, they're coming from inside the building. What's really funny is this game, back in the day, legitimately scared me. I played it, like, I marathoned this game at a friend's house, and I was, like, maybe 12 at the time? And I got terrified of this game. Like, I had nightmares for weeks. Just about dinosaurs. Alright, so there's gonna be a lot of codes in this game. They're always going to be the same. The only time codes ever change depends on if you're playing on a different version of the game. If you're playing like Japanese and on PC, that's when you have to memorize different codes. I'm actually playing on the PSN version. PSN version really isn't the best version of the game. It actually does lag quite a bit, but I'm so used to the game being played like this that it doesn't bother me anymore. And then if we were playing on PC, I think the run would be, I think, like 5 to maybe 10 minutes faster, like RTA. But when actually keeping track of times in the leaderboard for this game, we use in-game time. That way, anybody can run whatever version they want. The Velociraptor really wants to see me. And we're gonna open up that gate. Those things are a really cool mechanic. So you can actually open it, go through it, and then close it. And then whatever's behind you, like if a Velociraptor's chasing you, it'll just hit it, and that's it. Like, it can't get to you. The good thing is, though, is Velociraptors really aren't that aggressive. There's a very low chance for them to actually attack you right when they see you. Most of the time, they're gonna stand there, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna roar, and maybe like 3 or 4 seconds later, then they'll do some kind of attack. And they do have different attacks. A lot of enemies have different attacks in this game. So like the Velociraptors, for example, have a tail whip. Tail whip, if you get hit by it, it'll force you to drop your gun. They have a grab where they bite onto Virginia's arm and won't let go. You have to shake it off. They have just a regular bite, and they also have a jump tackle where they jump on top of you. They've got an array of attacks that do a lot of damage. But the game gives you plenty of time to get past them. So, either get past them or shoot them. One of the main types of artillery in this game are darts that actually don't kill the Velociraptor, it actually just knocks them out. Alright, first DDK door. So, essentially we need to get a DDK disc, and then we also need to get a code disc. There's multiple of these throughout the game. I think there's like at least 7. And we have to get those to actually progress. They're 100% necessary.
Are you from the rescue team?
No.
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can find Dr. Kirk?
Kirk!
Kirk. That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
Ah, thank you.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me extremely vital.
Well, that guy's gone. Sad face. Alright, so now we have these 2 panel keys. I'm going to grab that first. And make sure we put it in the right spot. This code that I'm about to use, you actually wouldn't get until later. You wouldn't know about it. But hey, like I said, it doesn't change. So, we're able to get this key, which we're not going to be using for a long time. And this is our first T-Rex encounter.
Oh, God, kidding me.
You can either shoot him to make him go away, or we just dodge him. So right here, he's going to try and grab, and he's going to shake his head. And we're just going to walk out the door and not have to deal with him anymore. There's 3 more T-Rex encounters in the game. We actually won't get to the next one for quite a while, probably about 25 minutes or so. And surprisingly enough, we're actually not going to be going through every room in this game. There's a lot of rooms that it's just pointless. There's pointless things in there that we don't need. Alright, so we got another DDK disc. I think we have both discs to actually open this door now.
I've unlocked the shutters near the entrance. One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor that looked human.
Uh-huh.
It should be somewhere near the front of the training room.
Okay.
So, check there first.
Alright, we're going to check there first, apparently. First, we got to solve this thing. I really am not going to go into much detail on how to solve these. Like, while I'm doing these puzzles, feel free to give yourself a chance to try to figure it out. Essentially, you need the code disc to be able to figure out the whole puzzle. But, even, like, the crappy thing is, even though the solutions are the same, you can't attempt to open those doors unless you have both discs. Alright, here comes the first kind of scary part in the run. We're going to get pincered by 2 raptors. And this guy right here, one in front of us, kind of depends on what he's going to do. And he's going to go for a jump tackle. Usually you can tell what they're going to do by their animations. If they're going to stand there for a bit and growl, that means they're going to do a jump attack. This guy came to see us from the ceiling. Hello. Alright. Right there, that was called a danger segment. Anytime danger pops up in one of those cutscenes, you have to rotate the D-pad and mash all the buttons. If you don't mash and rotate fast enough, you will actually take damage. So, for example, if I wouldn't have mashed hard enough right there, the Velociraptor would have jumped on me and attacked me before Gale actually comes in and shoots him.
It's always eat or be eaten out in the battlefield.
Oh, shut up,
No matter
Gale.
who or what you're up against. Any word on the dock yet?
Oh, no.
I've got to hook up with Rick again. My radio's dead, and he's the only one who can fix it.
Oh, you have a radio? I thought Cooper was the only one with the radio. Okay. Everything is not as it seems. Alright, these 2 big boys are still in here. And they're in a good position. Except this guy... Oh, is he not going to chase us? Be nice if he didn't. Because there is something that raptors can do in this game that zombies couldn't do in the old Resident Evils. Ah. And that is go through doors. Like, I know in, like, RE1, there's, like, a cutscene where a zombie, like, breaks in through a door, but there's a cutscene. Here, it's just, if a raptor is really close to a door and you go into it, they're gonna follow you. And that's what they do. Alright, so we're gonna have another battery puzzle right here. Room looks very identical to the one that we just were in earlier. This one needs a battery, though. Thank goodness this battery is just right here. And we're going to go ahead and put it in, and then we're going to do the puzzle. No, that's not right. It's left, center, right, left, center, left. I had the other solution in my head. Cool. So we won't be seeing one of these puzzles for a while. You kind of see, there's a lot of unique puzzles in the game, but you're also going to see a few puzzles a handful of times. The battery puzzles, like I said, you're going to see about 3 or 4 times.
That you, Regina?
Yeah. So, do we have power yet?
Virginia's so calm. Like, she doesn't care that there's, like, dinosaurs everywhere.
There's something I have to talk to you about.
Alright, Rick needs to talk to us. Instead of telling us over the intercom thingy, we need to go back to the control room. So that's where we're gonna head. Good old classic survival horror trope. Lots of backtracking. So it's very good to memorize where you're going. Boo! So, when I went through this door earlier, like when we were going outside for the second time, there was a chance that Raptor can come in. But if he doesn't come in when you're going out, he'll definitely jump at you when he comes when you're coming back in. No, go down. Thank you. Alright. Got ourselves another little cutscene right here. Get yourself a drink. Good thing about this game, it has plenty of time for donations.
Dale just told me he saw someone on the underground monitor.
I know a lot of people have been really hype about this game possibly getting a remake, which would be sick.
To the underground area. What is it?
It's a distress.
Like, I'm pretty sure Dino Crisis just celebrated their 20th anniversary. I think it was 20.
Or it might be Tom. He infiltrated this facility posing as one of the researchers. Can you pinpoint the signal?
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the underground. It could be the doc.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was recently their 20th anniversary. Okay.
And what if it's a trap? Would you want one of us to come and rescue you?
Alright, so this will be a good time to explain this. So throughout the game, we're going to have choices. These choices will affect endings and whatnot, and also affect what you do in the game. So right here, Rick is going to give me a choice, and that is, go help this guy, who apparently needs help. Or we're going to follow Gail's idea, and that is, go downstairs because they think they saw Dr. Kirk. Rick is kind of like, has the moral compass, and Gail is the mission guy. He wants to do everything to complete the mission. He doesn't care about anybody else. But sadly, we're always going to take Gail's idea just because it's quicker. Gail's idea always keeps on track of, like, the main storyline plot. Also, you're going to notice, like, if you haven't noticed already, a lot of the items in this game are just kind of, like, floating and spinning around in a circle. It's kind of similar to Metal Gear Solid. What's crazy is, if you ever seen it, like, the key items in this game will always be in the same spot. When it comes to, just, like, ammo and med kits, if you just see them if you just see a box laying on the ground spinning, that's random every time. Like, it randomly generates what's going to be in those boxes when you press start at the beginning of the game. So, the only times items don't change is, for example, that room I just went in there, I got 2 med kits. Since they're in, like, a cabinet, I guess, those stay the same. There's also these things where that you'll see on the walls. They're like red, yellow, and green, like, square boxes on the wall. You can use plugs. If you find plugs, you can use plugs, and you can open up those boxes. And sometimes there's ammo. Some of them has, like a bunch of med stuff. Those don't change.
Maybe I can use that to go down from the first floor.
Alright, so Gale made it underneath the gate because he's a fast boy. now we need to get to that area. So first things first, we actually need to grab a few things upstairs. We need an ID card, and it's called the FC device. It's like a fingerprint scanner. That's going to allow us to get access to certain areas that we wouldn't be able to. Essentially, we're going to find a dead body, scan its fingerprints, and they have high enough credentials, which allow us to like get to certain spots. What's sad is the shotgun's in that room. You just pick it up, but we don't need it. All right, be a good boy. Okay. So we already have the ID card. We're gonna go ahead and grab this DDK disc. We're going to be using that in a little bit. And then this is the FC device. There we go. Now we need to go find some fingerprints. Oh, be a good boy. Okay. Whew. Do not like it when they are close to corners, because you want to hug corners because it's quicker. So there's a dead body in here. We're going to scan his fingerprints. Alright, so we have his fingerprint data. And then you're actually supposed to find out, like, what their identification code is. Presumably through notes and whatnot. But like I said, that doesn't change. So we're just going to go over to this computer and we're going to rewrite the card that we have. So it's going to rewrite the card with that number, and then we need his fingerprints in order for it to successfully be rewritten. So now we can go access some different parts of the facility. The place that we need to get to where Gale went, the elevators are actually turned off. So that's our next area that we're going to be going to. Uh-oh, we got a little update from Rick.
Rick here.
Uh-huh.
I found Tom.
How's Tom?
And
I was too late. He didn't make it.
Poor Tom. Sounds like you should have been faster, Rick.
Back in the control room right now. I'm going to continue working on the system.
For the sake of speedrunning, Tom has sacrificed his life. Alright, this area could be kind of scary, but... Oh, do not block me. They are blocking me. Okay, good. Those guys are in goods, but they were good spots. Kind of close to each other, but that works. Alright, new enemy introduction. The good old pterodactyls. Pterodons, if you will. All that blood comes out, and yet Virginia doesn't get hurt. Alright. Shakety, shakety, oh my god, I need that. Better go pick up that gun. I don't need the gun. That guy will miss every time. Alright, now we don't have that stupid gun weighing us down. I'm just kidding, you move the same speed. It's just funny. That chair is actually the worst enemy in the game. Alright. So we got some pterodactyls out here. Sometimes they'll knock me down. There's a good chance they probably will. Nope, he missed. Good. Good, good, good. Getting knocked down by those guys is really annoying because they'll knock you down and there's a chance where... Because when you get knocked down, you can just mash buttons to get up really quick. But... sometimes they'll immediately go into an animation where they're going to pick you up. And if that happens, you can't mash out of it. It's really annoying. So it wastes a bunch of time. This pipe puzzle, man. Oh, man. So, here's a fun story. I played this game about a few years back, blind, with a few friends. And we were all racing. We had never played the game before, and we thought, oh, this would be fun to do. Yeah, it took us like 9.5 hours. I won, but I was first place by beating the game in 9.5 hours. That was such a grueling stream. Ugh. Alright, for some reason, when you match these pipes together and blah, 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 the power turns on, so that's cool. Alright. And then we have to go into this corner. There's a secret card that we need to grab. And it's not... There we go. That hitbox for that card is ridiculous. And the hitbox for this door is ridiculous. Oh my god. Usually the doors have a big enough hitbox where you can hit the corner and go into it. That door, it has to be dead center. Alright, another danger segment. This part is actually an instant kill. Don't know how that happens. But yeah, if you don't mash hard enough, you will just get dropped in that fan and instantly die. And I don't get how Virginia pushing off and getting free of the pterodactyl, like, makes that dude just kind of fall in that fan. It just makes no sense to me. Alright, now we're actually going to go down this huge elevator. Now that we have all the power turned on. There's our gun. That little blue arrow is like, hey, pick me up. Pick me up. Pick me up. I don't wanna. So this is the basement 1 floor. There's actually a floor beneath this, and that's where the second half of the game is going to take place at. Alright, here comes the worst puzzles in the game. These are the crane puzzles. Essentially, what this is going to be is I'm going to input a sequence, and I need to, like, move these boxes out of the way and make a pathway for myself. So... it's pretty much self-explanatory once you see it. And be like, oh, yeah. Oh, don't push that. Okay. Alright, so I accidentally pushed this. This is what happens. What is it? I don't need a hemostat. Sometimes it's a med kit. Whatever. Come on. I'm in front of the thing. Please. Thank you. Alright, first thing I need to do is just hook this first one. And then I need to do 1 left, 2 up, release, 1 down, hook. And then these, like 6 moves, 5 moves, will have created a pathway for us to get to this other area. Essentially, we're just kind of making a shortcut. Because we are going to be taking this path later. And we're actually going to be popping up into a room that's very familiar. It's the first battery room! Hooray! This is just a lot quicker to go this way. And like I said, we're making a shortcut for ourselves later. But yeah, going this way, we can actually get to the spot where we need to be a little bit quicker. So we've done everything for us to be able to get into where Gale went. Alright, let's see if a Velociraptor's gonna barge in here with us. That guy's always in here. Yep, that one came in. Sometimes there's a cutscene that shows them walking in, and sometimes it's just like, it'll play loud music and it'll be like, oh, it's behind you. Alright. Now we can go where Gale's at. This is the laboratory. First things first. We gotta mash some buttons. And as inconvenient as this is, we actually have to enter one of these codes. Good thing is that dude can't move. Alright. This area has a lot of raptors. If I'm going to be taking damage, it's probably going to be right here. You can kind of tell where raptors are going to be because Virginia will actually look in their direction. So if you pay attention to Virginia's head movements, you can kind of tell where they're at. Oh, yeah. There's a gas chamber in here, in this area, and I need to get in there. Just gotta enter that code. What's really silly is the code for that is just in the room before the gas chamber. So, oh, I don't want to save. Certain doors in this game act as save points. There's not like, you know, ink ribbons and stuff like that. Alright. And this is the gas chamber room. There's a guy in here that has a key card. You're supposed to try and save him by basically making this gas go away. But I hate to say it, it's just easier to kill him. There we go. What's crazy is even if you do save him, if I'm not mistaken, a Velociraptor is just going to jump in there and kill him anyway, so it's not a big deal. Actually doing him a favor. The bad thing is, though, is now this raptor's right here. And he wants to eat our face. It's really silly. It looks like I'm taking damage during those danger segments because blood is coming out everywhere. I'm taking no damage. It's just like a aesthetic effect. What's really funny is you can actually turn the gas back on and just gas that Velociraptor. But if you take too long, he jumps through the window. Alright, we just got this chip. Let me put the chip in here. This is a light puzzle. You're going to see 2 of these in the run. These can be very, very annoying if you're doing them casually. Essentially, there's going to be a correct pattern that we have to do. We just got to match it. And quickest solution, of course, is 3. I remember this puzzle taking like 20 years for me to solve. Alright, now we're going to take said chip over here, because now we can open this up. There we go. Alright, so that was the keycard R. Earlier, when we got spooked by the giant T-Rex, we actually picked up keycard L. We need those key cards to get into Kirk's secret lab. That is not the right way. Hello, friend. Jerk. Oh, he almost tail whipped. That would have been bad. I do not want to fall down. That was the first bit of damage we took. Not a big deal. I got so many medkits, it's not even funny, so... Keep the run safe. Alright, so this is the panel. We need 2 people to activate these doors, so we're going to call Gale into here, to this room.
I finally made it to the entrance of the doctor's lab.
Good work.
The door looks like it needs 2 people working in tandem to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right there.
So, what's our status?
Here, take this.
Ready?
Here's the biggest joke of this door.
Okay.
You found these 2 keys. Alright.
Two,
You're going to go to the secret lab.
3.
And it's a DDK door. So if you don't have the DDK discs, guess what? You gotta go find those. Good thing we have already picked them up. Alright, so this is the Doc's, one of his secret labs. He has like 2. And this big, wiggly ball of light is what he calls the third energy. It's kind of the main reason why we have dinosaurs in present time. But pretty much come in here just to look at that and nothing else happens. We thought Dr. Kirk was in this room, but he's not.
He's not here.
Why? This operation is taking way too long.
Why?
Warning. The emergency system has been activated. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Great, now we're locked in this room.
No. Kirk must have tripped off the security system. That fool.
I mean, was it foolish? I mean, the man is getting to escape now.
We're trapped inside here. Kirk must have triggered it off. We didn't touch anything.
Can you clear it?
I'll see what I can do.
What's wrong with this thing?
Cool it, Gale. We'll find a way out somehow.
Alright, while Gale basically sits there and does nothing, I'm gonna override the security panel, which is right here. This puzzle took me forever too, and when I do it now, I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. There we go.
Warning. The emergency lockdown has been bypassed.
And if you look where I was doing the puzzle, you can actually see the puzzle still. Like right next to Virginia. It's just a really cool detail. You can see the solution and everything.
That's great.
God, it's just minor details like that that I love in games.
You'll never be able to make it through there.
Don't sweat it. I'll take them all out one by one if I have to.
Alright, so we're at another crossroads. We either do Gale's idea or Rick's idea. Gale's idea is always run through the dinosaurs and who cares? Just who cares?
Are you sure?
And Rick's idea is play it safe, go into the Doc's lab, and solve a puzzle to use it to go through a secret passage.
Forget it. If you can't crack the code before the dinosaurs rush in, we'll be completely trapped.
I know. You just have to trust me.
I don't.
Fine. What about you, Gina?
Make your choice.
Rick's his complaint all the time is there's dinosaurs out there. There's so many you can't get past them. It's like, dude, it's the same amount of dinosaurs. It doesn't change. I've been doing this the whole time. Oh man, it's so hard. It's so difficult. Like, there's dinosaurs in here now, but it's really rare if there's gonna be one right next to the door. See? Easy peasy. There's always a guy in front of me right here, and he usually goes for a tackle. He was a good boy today. And there's only one in here. He's always in that corner. Sometimes he's just asleep. He doesn't even care. And then there's one in here, and that's it. We got past all the dinosaurs to where we need to go. And this guy's not even paying attention. Alright. Enjoy the cutscene for a second. I am going to get a little bit of water. It's the great thing about running games like this. You can just get some water. You can walk away from your run. It doesn't even matter. Just get some water. Who cares?
Lucky guy, Doc.
So this must be the elusive Dr. Kirk.
Yeah. Gave us quite a run for our money. You get around, don't you? Just like a rat. You got this whole island set up as your little maze.
Well, I am glad I kept you entertained, tough guy.
Shut up.
I'm surprised they sent someone after me. I had heard they reported me as deceased.
Oh yeah, that's Dr. Kirk.
That's the way you want it. I'd be
Dr. Kirk is funny.
So what'll it be?
This dude,
Relax, Agent.
he acts all high and mighty.
Nearing its final stages.
But
Magnificent.
when Gail's like, oh, go give me the key card. We need the key card.
Before I've analyzed the
He's like, no, I'm not going to give you the key card. Gail just points a gun at him. He's like, all right, my bad. I'm sorry.
I'm taking
You'll see it a lot anytime there's an interaction between Gail and Kirk.
Regina, locate the communication facility and call in the extraction team.
You can't do this. I have rights.
According to command, your government property. No. I suggest you take it up with them.
No, they can't do this to me. They deserted me 3 years ago, and now they want me back.
Well, they thought you were crazy, but you weren't, because your idea worked.
You lame, flat-top, jaw-headed.
Shut up. Where's the communication room?
I'm not telling you.
Take the elevator up from the control room.
I need a card to access that elevator. I know you've got one.
Nuh-uh.
Hand it over, Doc.
Fine.
So, we're all set then. I'll meet you at the heliport.
Hey, wait, where are you going?
I have a little unfinished business to take care of. I'll drop this guy off with Rick. Now get moving.
Unfinished business.
Yeah, we kind of never know what the unfinished business is. So, don't expect that. Alright, so we just have to go back to the control room, and there's an elevator in there that could take us to, like, the communication area, like the antenna room. That will allow us to have a big old radio, then we can contact a chopper to get us out of this crazy place. Little dinos. They'll chase, dude, those things will chase you, and they never attack. You have to stand still for those enemies to actually do any kind of damage to you. And here is the elevator. And we're actually coming up to the second T-Rex encounter. This one is very scary. This one, if I mess up, I probably will die. Don't worry, I'm a former world record holder of this game. I'm not gonna die. Even though I've totally died thousands of times before running this game. Alright, now we're in the antenna room. And we're going to use that card we seriously just found to activate the antenna. Boxing glove hands. Alright, here we go. This T-Rex encounter, like I said, can be a little spooky.
Regina, what happened? The emergency lock on the second floor's just been activated.
I'm a bit busy right now. Do something about it.
Don't sweat it. I'll release the lock.
Oh boy, here we go. So we have to wait for Rick to unlock this door. That was really good RNG. Usually he will go for a bite, back up, and immediately go for a bite again. There, he roared in between each bite, which makes the, gives me a lot more time to react. And of course, it lets the timer go down, without me having to worry about dodging a bunch of stuff.
I'll give you the abridged version. Mission complete. Scrub the initial plans and pick us up at the heliport immediately. This entire island's a bloodbath. The only survivor not on the team is the doctor. I'll give you the details later. Just get back here and pick us up ASAP.
Roger, I'm on my way.
Alright, so we have a way out.
What's the situation?
Let's go beat the game.
It's on its way here.
Great. Don't waste any time. And remember, use the main entrance to get to the heliport.
Okay. So we need to go to the main entrance, and then we need to get to the heliport. This is pretty much me going to be running past a bunch of enemies. And then solving a box-pushing puzzle. And then we'll have another T-Rex encounter. Alright, this is actually going to be the last instance that we deal with pterodactyls. I'm going to do a cool little setup that's going to 100% prevent me from getting tackled right here. So I'm going to go around the corner, I'm going to hug this wall, and when the screen transitions, I'm going to move away from the wall. That way, that guy will just dive into the wall and not grab me. Oh no, I hope another one doesn't pop out. Oh no, there's two of them. Okay. So, this room has a grenade launcher in it, and we don't get to grab it. It's just in here, it's funny. It's for this next boss fight. It takes like 3 grenades for the T-Rex to go away. But here we're just gonna wait and dodge the T-Rex a bunch. Pretty much the fight's on a timer. We just have to wait long enough. Alrighty. Now we have the T-Rex fight. Basically what happens is the T-Rex actually comes in and destroys the helicopter. So now we don't have a way out. Gotta find a different way out. First things first, we gotta dodge this guy. Come on. So slow. Dude does not usually stop and roar this much. My goodness. It's not like it matters. It's just really silly. Also, yeah, getting hit by the T-Rex hurts a lot. Ring around the rosy. Come on, I'm right here. You can just eat me. Come on. It's your fault that you're so slow. Like, this is all your fault. Like, I'll even dance for you. Alright. You know, Rick probably could have been using that gun to help me, but you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, that was our third T-Rex encounter. We actually have one more encounter with that behemoth.
Chopper's history. How are we gonna get out of here?
Calm down. We'll just have to find another way.
Wow, come on. You're never this positive.
Ah!
What happened?
Elevator shut. We'll have to find another way.
Good thing it stopped on a floor that we could get off at. Alright, this area is a little silly. It's not like it's difficult or anything, it's just what the game wants you to do to progress further. Okay. First things first, we need to go in here. There's going to be a key that we need to grab, but there's also a note in here. And on this note, it explains that there is a hovercraft that we can use to get out of here. And unless you examine that note, when we go back to Rick right here, Rick will be like, "Did you find anything?" And then it forces you to come back out, and you have to find that note and look at it. If you don't, then kinda sucks.
You done yet?
What do you mean? Of course. Let's get moving.
So, I think I found a way out of here.
Right on, girl. Let's hear it.
Alright, let's hear it. We don't get to hear it. Because there's actually two ways of getting out of here. There's a hovercraft, and then there's a helicopter. If we were doing best ending, we would actually take the helicopter. But since we are just doing no weapon, we take the quicker ending, which would be the hovercraft.
Okay, we're here again.
So,
Now what?
you do the hovercraft ending for any percent and no weapon, and then best ending, you use the helicopter.
Then let's do it.
Hurry. I'm worried about Gale.
Our fearless leader. Fine. Let's move out.
Back down the big ol' elevator. We're gonna see a glimpse of one of our good friends that we haven't seen in a little while. You'll recognize him. He's a good guy. It's right over here. Hey, there he is. There's our gun.
What happened?
Sitting there wanting to be picked up.
This piece of junk must have blown a fuse.
Pick me up. Right here. Look at that.
What's going on? Power went out.
Gale? Are you on floor B3?
Yeah, get the power online now.
Gale, it looks like there's a port nearby. There's gotta be a ship we can use.
Copy. Leave Kirk to me. You two get the power back online and secure our escape route.
Roger.
Alright. Same thing like we did in the beginning. We gotta turn on the power for this area, and then we need to find the necessary keys and whatnot to get to the port. I present to you the second half of Dino Crisis. A little bit shorter than the first part.
This battery's completely dead.
I don't think it's dead. I think it's just broken. Like, completely broken. Don't think it's dead, though. Good thing, though. There's a battery right here that we can use. I just need to go give this to Rick. And in the bottom half, we actually are going to be encountering some different enemies. Mainly, we've been dealing with raptors. We're still going to be dealing with velociraptors, but there's also going to be these variations that are blue. Those are the most dangerous enemies in the game. They are 10 times more aggressive. Do not take a break from trying to kill you. Then we're going to have these thing called Theroxenodons. They are these big, like, raptor-like creatures with huge claws and, like, a big head. And those guys are really dangerous, too. They do a lot of damage if they hit you. They have an instant kill attack. They are very, very scary enemies. Alright, first things first, this is a little bit of a save room. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all these key cards, because we are going to be doing a crane puzzle in a little bit. Oh, looky, looky, what do we have over here? Oh, it's a DDK disc. We need to get that. Definitely nothing bad's gonna happen to prevent us from getting that. Oh! It's our good friend, the Theroxenodon. And his friend, the big thing that's trying to kill us. There we go. Ugh! Alright, there's 2 keys in here we need to grab. There's a Theroxenodon. Hopefully he's in a good spot. He is not. Owie. Okay. Are we bleeding? There is bleeding in this game. There is a chance that if you get hit, you will start bleeding and you'll start slowly losing your health. Good thing is that did not happen. We are about 1 hit away from me having to use a med kit. But until that happens, I'm not going to worry. Alright, so here's the other crane puzzle. This one took 3 keys for it to activate, and you'll see why. Oh, you know what? I did not go the right way with this. I picked up the wrong one, so we're just gonna do that same pattern, but we're gonna release the thing. We're just gonna put it back real quick. You have to do 4 different inputs here. It's really annoying. Alright. 3 up. Hook, 1 down, 2 left, release. And this is the quickest solution. It takes... It's crazy. Alright, now we do 3 up, 2 right, hook. So 3 up, 2 right, hook. And then release 2 right hook. One more series of inputs. Three up, 1 down, release, 2 right, hook. Alright. That'll make the pathway so we can get this DDK disc. All right. All right, no more crane puzzles. Absolutely. When you're running this game seriously, man, and trying to PB, that's where you lose most of your time. If you mess up on those crane puzzles, you can save a lot of time too if you just put the inputs in really quick. But there's a chance you can mess it up, and it's really, really bad if you do. I mean, you saw how much time I lost just by starting the sequence wrong. Okay. So Rick's gonna chill in here for a bit until we can get access to a different area. And now we're gonna go to the other part of the facility. We need to grab a key card. It's the A key card. There's a few doors in here that have different types of like lockdown codes. So it's like we have the key card A. We can open up A doors. There's the C one. We can open up C doors. We're actually getting the C one. I forgot A is like the best key card. First things first, though, we have to come to this room. This room is terrifying. As you can see why. We're in this really small hallway with two of these big, gigantic monsters. And, ugh, it's just, it's such a pain to get past those. And we have to go through there multiple times. This is what makes this area so scary. Is that it's dealing with those Xenodons in close quarter areas. Like, there's two of them in here. And that one's going to go play with the grid while that one's going to get close to the stairs. That's fine. That's good RNG. As long as they're not immediately running at you when you go through a door, you have a good chance of getting past them without getting hit. Then there's this good boy who just wants to be in this tiny hallway. That was close. That could have been bad. Alright. Alrighty. So there is a room that you are forced to go to in here. If you do not go into this room, the game will not progress. And it only shows a small cutscene of Gale in this room being like, well, Dr. Kirk's not in here. He doesn't have very many places to hide left.
Gale!
Yeah. Well, at least Kirk's running out of places to hide.
And that's quite literally all you do in this room. You don't do anything else in that room. It's just trigger that cutscene. Alright. Now, we're going to grab keycard C, which is just right over here, just sitting on this little shelf. There it is. But we get the introduction of the scariest enemy in the game. Somehow that guy was just down there. Wow, he actually got me. Alright, I know I'm bleeding for sure. If these guys grab you, you will bleed. Alright, we just need to come in here and grab this DDK disc. That's all we need, but this guy is going to make it very hard for us. Where are you going? Where are you going? Whew. Whew. Now that there's always going to be two of those guys in that room, and we have to go back in there eventually. Ugh. No fun. Alright, that guy was a good boy. Sometimes that dude likes to just completely block that narrow passageway with his hitbox, and you'll get knocked down. You take a lot of damage there if you actually, like, get hit by that guy.
Regina, I fixed it. You can open the shutters now.
Alright, bad RNG. That's one of the attacks you don't want to get. And he's going in for the... Remember how I said they have instant kills? That was an instant kill right there. Good thing is, even if we die, we start right here. It's not a big deal. You kind of start in the room like you just came from. And I healed. You saw that I actually did heal before that attack hit me. And it does not matter. That guy just will kill you. It's instant kill. Oh, now he's gonna come party with us. What a good guy. Alright, so that guy's gonna be in the room now. How lovely. There's always a chance for that to happen, though.
Regina.
And of course, Rick's just gonna walk past him like nothing ever happened.
It'll take a while before I can pop this open.
You copy, Mike? I found the key to the port, but I got a lizard riding on my tail. I'm heading to the main elevator right now. I'll meet it at the ground level. Hurry!
Alright, so these guys are being chased by the T-Rex, and they have the key to the
Sounds
port.
like we're not the only ones having problems.
I'm glad you're amused. But if that guy gets eaten, we're going to have to retrieve the key from that dinosaur's stomach. You've got to save him.
It's like, why do I have to do it? Ugh. We need that chip for later. First things first, though, we gotta go save these jabronis. Try not to take 1,000,000 damage. Like that. I do have 2 medkits, and I do have the ability to get more, so... Honestly, I just want good RNG. And them both being over there and I can't see where they're at is really scary. Yeah, this is the dangers of no weapon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Aw. What a goofball. He injured himself. Aw, now he's sleepy. Well, it looks like he didn't eat those guys. He just kind of tore them apart. That's nice. Well, since he destroyed the generator, we're going to take this battery out, and then we're going to go solve the puzzle in here. That way we still have power to actually access the elevator. Because right now we can't open it. Alright. Just like every other battery puzzle, it's just putting them in the correct order. And honestly, this is one of the easier ones to do. And it's always red, blue, green, white. That does not change either. Alright. Onward. Let's go in here and grab these. There's a couple of key cards in here that we actually need to grab. What's funny is the gun is still in here too. Guess those guys could have used the gun. Well, the T-Rex was nice enough just to, you know, take a chunk out of them and not completely eat them. Alright, now we need to get back to Rick. Now we have access to the port, so that means we can leave, right? We can get to the port now. But you know that's not the case. There's always something else that you gotta do. Alright, now we gotta dodge these big boys again. Hey, good stuff. And we still have one other jabroni in here. He's still in here, too, so we gotta deal with him, too. Woo! Glad he went for that attack. Little bit of startup on it. Alright.
Think fast. Think fast.
Drops the key, it breaks.
Yes.
Alright, we can get out of here. Easy as can be. Ah, but wait.
What is that?
The Wiggly has returned.
I saw something like this in Kirk's personal lab. This could be a problem.
Nah.
This vortex must be the side effect of the third energy experiment.
Ching. Yeah, don't jump in that.
So how are we supposed to get around this thing?
Either we find a way or we both end up as dino droppings.
Not funny. Okay, I'll pull up any relevant data on the computer. Regina, you search around for any possible clues or leads.
Okay. I can do that. Main reason we come in here is, to find out we can't escape, but there's also a key that we needed. Alrighty, so we're gonna actually head to a different area now that we haven't seen. This is actually gonna be one of the last few areas we're gonna actually go to. Alright, let's see if this guy's gonna be a jerk. Again, he decided to go for his instant kill, so that's good. Sometimes that is an instant kill, and sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends. You jerk. Alright. Alright, instead of going up the ventilation shaft in here, we're actually going to go into the door that's right behind it. Right there, if we would have had any kind of weapon, this alarm would go off, and then we'd have to turn it off in order to leave the room. And we got another DDK disc. And now we have another light puzzle. This one's a little bit more difficult. We actually need to get these colors, essentially, to match. No, not like that. There we go. No, you big dumb. Well, goodness. Not a good thing when you mess up these puzzles, because I do have, like, a very simple solution. Let's just reset it. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that now. My goodness. Oh, come on. Just get on the right thing. Thank you. Oh, wow. I'm a big dumb. I'm being a big dumb right now. There we go. Okay. There we go. I promise you, I used to have the world record in this game. I promise. Now, you should have seen me do that puzzle my first try. That took me like an hour. Stabilizer. We actually have one more of these doors to open. That's kind of nice. And we're about 80% done with the game. There's not too much left we need to do. But essentially just escape.
Sterilization is effective while in facility.
Cool. Alright, we need to go grab the last DDK disc. The reason we couldn't grab the this DDK disc earlier is because the little laser gates weren't active. But now we gotta dodge these guys, which is awful. Oh. Didn't mean to grab that. That item's called a resuscitation. If I were to die, I would just, like, immediately get back up. Alright, where are these guys at? Okay, I can take that. These guys have a really scary attack. They do, like, this headbutt, and they'll hit Virginia, and they'll keep running and pushing her until she hits a wall. So right there, I could, like, go back to the door I came from. That's really silly. Alright, this is the last DDK door, and this one is Dr. Kirk. Alright, so we don't have to deal with those anymore. This whole area right here is, like, you have to use a bunch of keys in order to actually access essentially, we're going to the third energy room, the thing that caused this whole mess. All right. Here's the third energy device. This gigantic thing. It's Metal Gear. It growls like Metal Gear.
Fabricated the main generator of the third energy.
Great. See if you can activate it.
Alright, so we're going to try to activate this thing so we can get rid of the after effect that's blocking the port. It's like the main objective right now. First things first, we need to go turn on the electricity, or turn on the panel. It's one of these, rotation puzzles. Easy peasy. Alright. Only thing we gotta do is turn this thing on and we're done. We can backtrack and go to the port, fly off into the sunrise. GG. Or not.
Generator test complete. Remember, a special key card is
Remember.
operate the generator.
So we actually need a key card. We need Kirk's key card. So this guy in the corner, he had like a bad lunch. I guess he ate Taco Bell or something. And went a little crazy. But he decided to put... I don't know. He just went a little crazy. We're gonna get those fingerprints though, because we need those. I think that was supposed to be blood, but they just made it brown. It was really weird. Hey, there's Kirk. Get back here, Kirk. Alright, we're gonna have a little bit of a lengthy cutscene. Again, I'm gonna go get some water and get ready for this final 10% of this game. After this cutscene, we're actually gonna have a really scary part where we have to do some crazy backtracking through a bunch of dinosaurs, and that's kind of the hardest part of the run.
Precious creation is nothing more than
We have to go all the way back where we did the crane room. Like, we have to go all the way back there, so.
You seem to have a small degree of superficial intelligence. It's too bad that it's
Dr.
wasted when one is about to die.
Rick, our target has been secured. Report here immediately. Sorry to interrupt your lecture, Doc. You were saying?
Yes, I was saying. I discovered how the third energy could affect space if it ran unchecked 3 years ago. I thought that the energy had the ability to transfer selective space to an alternate time-space continuum. But I was incorrect. The space was not transferred, it was exchanged. To put it in terms that even you can understand, third energy has the ability to replace a pocket in space with one from a different time.
What?
Yes. I came to these conclusions following this evening's final experiment. You've seen the
Oh,
place
yes.
yourself. Those beasts were occupying the space this facility is located on almost 65 million years ago.
Oh, so that's why.
So that's how those dinosaurs appeared in our time.
Precisely. And that is what I have done.
Uh-huh. And how many people were sacrificed before you made this discovery?
Who cares?
How many breads have you eaten in your life?
Irrelevant. Let's just say that there were many. Extraordinary deaths for ordinary men, don't you think?
Spoken like a true devil.
A god or a devil?
A god or a
I don't care
devil.
about that. Only my experiment.
Enough. Only one thing matters at this point. Your grand invention is blocking our escape.
You need to destroy the vortex. The only way to do that is to allow the generator's third energy levels to overload. Theoretically speaking, the third energy and the vortex will cancel each other out if they come in contact with one another. But there is one small catch. If you cannot stop the generator's third energy overload, this entire region may be shifted to another point in the space-time continuum.
Then we'll just make sure to be somewhere else when the shift happens. No problem.
But we couldn't even activate the device.
You're missing the initializer and stabilizer, right?
Where are they?
I ain't telling you. Points gun.
Calm down. They should be stored in one of the security level A rooms on floor B3.
Very good, Doc. Now you understand our situation. We live, you live.
Alright, so now we need to get the stabilizer and the initializer. And once we get those, we can blow this popsicle stand.
Okay, I'm all set to whip up a program that will send a stream of third energy into the vortex.
I'll keep an eye on the doctor. Regina, you go find those devices and overload the third energy. Remember, they're in a security level A room on floor B3.
I know.
Hold up. whole floor is crawling with dinosaurs, including that T-Rex. Let's get this situation under control before charging on.
This is the only time where I agree with Gale.
The disc contains the draft plans for the initializer and stabilizer. I stumbled over them while searching through the database. Fortunately, the room where the parts are stored is not far from here. We should gather up the parts and assemble the devices.
Don't be ridiculous.
So
Regina doesn't have the technical knowledge for that. We don't even know if all the right parts are there.
that is so rational. It's so true. It's like we might as well just go get the completed devices and move on.
Your call then, Regina. You're the one who has to...
What makes you think I could put these things together?
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. By let's, I mean you.
Don't drop your guard for a second.
I mean, I haven't, Rick, but appreciate it. Alright, here we go. The ultimate backtracking segment. Gonna be dodging a lot of dinosaurs. Like this guy. We aren't gonna see that guy again, though. So that room right there would be the room where we would assemble the devices. It takes too long to do, though. It's actually way quicker to just go and grab the devices and then come back. First things first, though, we do have keycard A, but I did get some fingerprints earlier. And these fingerprints are actually Kirk's fingerprints. 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So now we have Dr. Kirk's credentials. Essentially, we can open any door we want. So right here, it's not about puzzles anymore, it's all about survivability and dodging. And we're not going to see that boy anymore. Goodbye, friend. Alright, let's see what these guys are going to do. Oh, they're playing with the gate. They don't even care about me. Alright, we have to go down the one creepy hallway right here. Dodged him. That's one. That's two. Nice! We didn't get hit. Still one more room with dinosaurs that we have to look out for, but so far, this is going pretty well. That boy is still knocked out. My goodness. And I'll go ahead and grab this as a backup just in case. I need the multiplier and I need the recovery aid. That way, if I do need to use a medkit, I can mix the items and make more medkits. I actually can make stronger medkits. Alright, where are you guys at? In a bad spot. Okay, I'm still not in a bad predicament. I don't have to mix items yet. If I do get hit again, though, I'm definitely going to have to. Alright, get past that guy. All the way in here. This is where the initializer and stabilizer dwell. Like I said, this is way quicker than actually assembling the devices. There they are. Okay. Now we just need to go to the third energy room and place the devices, and essentially the self-destruct sequence starts. So we are nearing the end of the run. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know this is a little cutscene heavy run, but it definitely is a fan favorite, I do think, in terms of survival horror. A lot of people talk about Resident Evil, but there's a lot of people that really want Dino Crisis to make a comeback. Alright, let's see where these guys are. Okay, so I get to show you mixing now. So we're gonna we have one med kit. We're gonna mix the multiplier with the med kit. That's gonna make more med kits. And then we're gonna take the recovery aid and mix it with the med kits, and it's gonna make 3 large med kits. Like super plus med kits. So now I can take as much damage as I want, unless I get hit by an instant kill attack. Then that would be quite unfortunate. So. Good thing is, pretty much this next room, if I just dodge the Theroxenodons, I really don't have to worry about getting hit by anything else for the rest of the run. Essentially, this is like the last encounter with these guys. They're coming right at me. That one is. Alright, dodged him. That's fine. Alright. Not bleeding. We're all good. Alright, so instead of backtracking all the way to the third energy room like we did, we actually are just going to take this elevator. This guy's going to try and get his 2 cents in, but we're just going to ignore him. And look at where we're at. Back in here. Alright, so we have Kirk's credentials. We can now activate the panel, and then we can go put the devices in. So this spot right here, it's kind of slow. This is one of the slow parts in the run. I like to compare this part to having to change the temperature of the key card in Metal Gear Solid. It's really slow. This part's way quicker, but it's just, there's really nothing going on. There's nothing to actually, like, there's nothing there that can actually try and kill you. It's just putting these things in. There's no puzzle. It's kind of silly. And we are definitely on par of making an underestimate. That's for sure. If I had to say anything, this might be like a 46. Maybe a little higher than that, maybe 47. But we are definitely going to make it. Alright, first things first. We're going to put this one in here. I think the initializer is first. And we need to go to this computer and activate it. And then we need to go upstairs and do the same thing with the stabilizer. And then we're going to get the, like I said, the countdown sequence. I said, not a lot going on. Great donation time. Alrighty. And the next spot is over here. Gotta activate this silly little bridge. Alrighty. Alright, let the self-destruct sequence commence. We do have one final encounter with the T-Rex. The T-Rex is going to wake up and start coming after us one more time. We're going to play Ring Around the Rosie with him one time, and then that'll be the run. I will not cease operation. I refuse.
Third energy output is approaching critical point. Attempting to compensate.
Okay, Regina. Adjust the power output to maximum.
Here goes. Just remember there's no turning back once it overloads.
Then we won't look back. Crank that sucker. Go
Like, what kills me is, like, do they know the hovercraft's there? I think they're just risking it.
The ceiling! Move it! That wasn't the point in saving me. How pathetic.
How pathetic. Alright, we need to go save Gale. Gale's laying on the ground in here. Then we're going to take him back to Rick, and then we're going to have one final choice, and then we're going to do the things necessary to get out of here. And it's loading up the hovercraft with fuel, and then running away from the T-Rex.
Get Kirk. Hurry.
Take it easy, Gale.
No. Take this. Tagged him with transmitter.
Gale. Gale.
All right. The overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good. Gale. What happened to him?
He got destroyed.
No, but Kirk's gone.
I'll kill him!
I'm gonna kill him!
Alrighty. Now this area we can actually access.
This is it. All that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about it? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about it.
Don't forget the mission. You're not here to babysit.
Sorry, but I have a conscience.
So this is the first time we actually pick Rick's idea.
No.
If we pick Gale's idea, he ends up dying.
After Kirk.
What? You're insane! Don't you remember our situation? The third energy can't be controlled anymore. Staying here any longer is suicide.
I know. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, you two make your escape without me.
Hey, do something!
Good job, Virginia.
Thanks. That G.I. Joe deserved it. Come on.
Alright, time to make our escape. It's gonna be a little bit more than 146. It might be like a 148. That's not bad with a death, honestly. Alright, so this is where we're going to be playing Ring Around the Rosie with the T-Rex one more time. Just giving Rick ample time to repair the stupid hovercraft. Because, yeah, it's broken and it needs fuel. It's really silly. Go down. Thank you.
Okay, let's get at it.
Can't. At least not yet. It needs fuel and some repairs before it'll move.
I'll take care of the fuel then.
It looks like this thing is powered by some type of nuclear energy. Here.
I will go find the spare nuclear energy. I'll be right back. It's actually just out here, and it's in these barrels, right? So when I was playing this game casually for the first time, there's so many barrels around here, and it took me like 30 minutes to find out where I was supposed to go. It was ridiculous. And it's these barrels right here. Oh, man. It's ridiculous. Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Good enough?
It's the T-Rex again.
Leave him to me. You just work on getting that thing fixed.
Right. Hold up, Regina. Take this.
He gives us like some kind of like rocket launcher, grenade launcher thing, but yeah, no weapon. We don't use that. Alrighty, yeah, this will be like a high 147, but we're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie one more time, and we are done with the run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this no weapon run.
Intruder detected at port.
Ah! All right, here we go. And time.
Fire in the hole! Get down!
Ah!
All set? It's time to make like a tree and get out of here.
Make like a tree and get out of here. There's different endings, right? And Rick always has some stupid one-liner.
Oh boy, I'd say it's time to run! Blast! It's gonna overtake us!
And with that, with every traditional survival horror game, we go into the sunrise. A mission, a complete success. Alright. I want to thank everyone that took their time to actually watch this marathon run, and I really hope you guys take it into consideration for your marathon. While they do the cutscenes do slow down the game a bit, it does give ample time for donations, and it does give ample time just for mild or just banter about the game itself. So, once again, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next submission, and thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time.